Santa Mamba is essentially a fusion of a lot of different familiar styles of music done completely differently. It's predominantly Latin. Our Latin influences are undeniable. We mix a lot of salsa, merengue, and other different Latin rhythms with a lot of rock, jazz, funk, some punk attitude in it. It's just a lot of different stuff, which you might hear that and think it would come out as a slop pot, but it's done in a seamless way. No, there's a couple of the seams are frayed.
It's about everybody getting along, you know, one of my dreams is why not African rhythms when we can combine some punk rock, salsa here and there and give you just this beautiful magic to it, you know, we just go unpredictable. We don't want to be one of those predictable bands that I know what is coming, you know. So it's about doing what we believe.
There's too much predictability in music, especially in music you hear on the radio nowadays. I think, and what we try to do is we try to bring some of this familiar music and do something that you're not expecting. We're in a salsa groove, but you got something in the mix. You have a jazz line going on there on the piano. You got some really dense chords in there, and you have me playing slap bass, and you have
a flamenco guitar going.
Or a flamenco guitar. It's something that you haven't heard before, but it works.
This guy right here with the mod. The White Dynasty, señoras y señores, put your hands together for Mr. Nick White on the bass. Come on, everybody. This man right here, he always denied that he's my brother. Mr. Johnny Medeiros in the guitar, please. Come on, everybody.
We only have one CD as Santa Mamba. This band has been an evolution from an earlier project called Planet Groove that started over 10 years ago. And two of the guys who are invisible, John, our guitarist, and AJ, our drummer, they're waving right now. They were with this project from the start as Planet Groove. And back in those days, they started as a very experimental kind of groove band. It was all like world beats, and AJ's into a lot of those African rhythms and deep grooves. I brought my jazz influence and kind of put that spin on the world beat, so it was more like a really bizarre fusion that was, you know, really exciting, interesting music, but not very accessible. Nick came along in 2002, and he brought young energy, and he's the youngest member of the band.
I was doing my own project, Latin pop rock, Brazilian songs, and then I met these guys.
And that's really, yeah, that's where we kind of, we became more mainstream in a way because we were doing songs that were more in a popular form. It wasn't like jazz, it wasn't instrumental anymore. It was really lyric based, but also original.
We actually don't even have a formula right now. I mean, we're starting to get to the point where we're like, okay, we're starting to realize what works, and we're going with it. We know that we can't be afraid to bring ideas. Like if I come up with I write music very groove based. Like being as a bassist, I think that's natural. And I come in with a groove, and if I think it sounds too rock or funk or punk sounding, I can't be afraid to come in with a band with that, because I know this is the band that is trying to do something different. And I know there's going to be a way. Maybe my ultimate idea for a song, it's a lot of times writing in with a band as big as ours, 6 people, and we don't have that predominant songwriter in the band. That is ultimately the downfall of a lot of bands, I think, is that they have that one guy that writes all the music. Then you start getting typecasted almost in music, and you start getting pigeonholed. Now we have 6 different guys come up with 6 different ideas, and it's getting to the point where we're not afraid to bring in those ideas, because we know the end result may not be what I had exactly in my mind, but it's going to be something that's probably better, because we have 6 different people adding their ideas.
Second Santa Mamba album, and this is a project that everyone's excited about. We have a good studio and a really fine engineer.
We are Santa Mamba.
Santa Mamba.
Tonight we own this place. Thank you.